we've done period films in India in the 70s, the 80s, but we haven't done European period where it's all like fluffy gowns and fluffy outfits and like can and like there's a dreamy like element that we've added. We've added lots of jackets and coats and hats. There was still like a blob that we couldn't kind of cover because it's oil at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I have just like put all my hair on one side and I've just like covered it with
So joining us on Pinkvilla today is a very, very special guest. She has not just made her mark in the Telugu and Hindi film industry, but has become a very common household name as well. Not just that, Pooja Hegde is known for her impeccable sense of fashion and style. Be it the airport, the red carpet, the runway, she's just acing every single look. Thank you for joining us on Pinkvilla, Pooja. Coming to work, I want to know, what does it feel like? We saw the trailer of Radhe Shyam and it looks fabulous. You look fantastic in it. Can you tell us something about your look?
Yeah, so I think, like this film, because it's fully set in Italy, we made a conscious decision. I mean, in terms of that, we've never really shot, we've done period films in India in the 70s, the 80s, but we haven't done European period where it's all like fluffy gowns and fluffy outfits and like can and like there's a dreamy like element that we've added. We've added lots of jackets and coats and hats and quirky little elements like her bags that she carries. So I think that it's something fresh and new that the audience probably hasn't as yet seen in India. So I think fashion-wise, it's very interesting.
So how important is fashion to you as an actor? Like, does putting together the accessories and the entire outfit help you get into character more?
I think it definitely plays a role. I just think that, your clothes that you wear, it's like wearing a uniform, right? You know how like the army has a uniform and pilots have a uniform, and I think it's like, when you get into your outfit, you're kind of like ready. Like even gym wear does that sometimes. If you ever get into your gym wear, you suddenly feel like empowered to kind of like work out, So I think that outfits in general do that.
Have you ever been so attached to an outfit or an accessory that you've worn on screen to portray a character that you just had to have it and sort of either stole it or requested for it from set?
I mean, I've never stolen anything for sure. I've always like, I do get attached to my outfits. I also think that because the production puts them in these little patties sometimes that, and they just store it away, I think that it's better if I wear it. So I do think that. But I've never stolen. Oh my God, my mom would just like have a major sit down with me if I stole something. The funny thing is that the cycle in Buttabomma, I don't know if you've ever seen it. I remember on set where I just went like, oh my God, this cycle is the coolest thing ever. Like, I thought it was adorable. Like I thought it was so cute. And the next thing, the production sent me the cycle. So as a matter of fact, like from all the way from Hyderabad to Bombay, they sent me the cycle and it's there in my house. And I think now that, Buttabomma has done 500, 600 million views on just YouTube alone, I think it's a great piece of memorabilia to have of my film. I think it's nice to have a little bit of the film with me, whether it's an accessory or whether it's just tiny things. Like in Aravinda Sameta, one of my Telugu films, I decided to have a little bit of a tattoo of like music note. And so I had a bunch of tattoos, like, those stick-on kind of tattoos we had made for the film. So I had those on for a while. So I kept some of the extras that were remaining because I think it's cool. I think it's a little bit of the character that stayed with me.
What have you noticed that has evolved the most in your fashion sense?
I think that I've always been like a free spirit in terms of, I think inherently I'm quite a tomboy. And when I first came into the industry, I think it was all about experimenting, and which kind of still is part of my identity and personality. But I think I've understood a little bit more about who I am as when it concerns fashion. Like, what do I like? What's my vibe? What's my style? And that's something that I've grown to know only after trying out different kinds of outfits, that I'm like, oh, this is so me, you know? So nowadays, when I find myself like telling stylists that, oh my God, this is really me, I find that very, very, it's almost like it's like enlightenment about fashion, in terms of that, oh my God, I know what's me. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, okay, that's so amazing, because I've always been like this lost child who kind of, you know, I've always been finding myself. And I think it's amazing that when it comes to fashion, I'm like, now I'm just like, oh my God, this is so me.
So when it comes to experimenting, have you always been, you know, that kind of person who's like, I'll go out there, I'll try this new look? Or that did, like you mentioned, stylists push you towards saying, you know, try this, I think this will look good on you?
Oh, no, I think I'm quite experimental. I think with even stylists, I'm very vocal about what I like. I'm very involved in the process. I love experimenting. I think that fashion's a great way to express yourself. I really do think so. And also my mood, like what am I feeling? What I want to feel that particular day. Like I'm very like, today is an event. Okay, what do I want to tell people? You know, without kind of saying a word. Like, what do I want to dress like? So I think no one really has to push me in terms of what I want to wear. It's always just generally been a consensus that, okay, you know, this is looking nice on me. And I think that girls should really like do that, where, you know, you look at an outfit, you see what it makes you feel like, and then go buy it, you know.
So has there ever been a moment when, you know, you were probably heading out onto a red carpet event and you sort of thought that you were edging towards a fashion disaster, but you managed to pull off the look and still look amazing?
I think I was going for GQ and it was Men of the Year awards or something, and I was wearing a green outfit and the makeup artist was doing his makeup, and there's this body lotion kind of thing that he was applying, and just before he applied it, I said, listen, you know, I've had an experience with this lotion, this oil kind of lotion, and I'm like, it stains the outfit. And he's like, no, don't worry, I'm a pro at this, and don't worry, we're gonna fix it. And it stained, there was like a big blob of like the oil, on my outfit. And I was just like, what are we gonna do, you know? And normally I always have like backup options, but that day I didn't have any backup options. So we've like, you know, taken a wet wipe and managed to like wipe it, and then there was still like a blob that we couldn't kind of cover because it's oil at the end of the day. So I have just like put all my hair on one side and I've just like covered it with my hair. And
so that's why your hair was on one
being
side,
a girl, you know. So I put all my hair on one side, and people really appreciated the look, I have to tell you. Everyone's like, oh, you're looking so hot and so basic and so like carefree. But little did they know that I had like this little blob of oil stain that was there.